Welcome to our presentation on esports and business development, task 03A2, presented by Diego and Jadis. My chosen software is Unity. Unity is a 2D/3D engine that allows its users to create worlds and scenes for games and other entertainment. What are the core components of Unity? Unity's key components include the editor, scene management, asset pipeline, physics engine, animation system, and scripting API. Game objects, components, prefabs, tags, and layers. Understanding these concepts and how to use them is critical to understanding development with Unity. What is the main points of using Unity, and why should you use it over other game creation engines like Unreal Engine 5? These are some of the core factors that make Unity, Unity. The Unity physics engine enables objects to approximate universal forces in nature such as gravity, velocity, acceleration, and friction. It allows for a wide range of objects with various physical properties to interact with other objects and is seen dynamically. Unity's animation system is based on the concept of animation clips. It is a simple unit piece of motion, such as one specific instance of idle, walk, or run. Unity Scripting API is a way to programmatically interact with Unity's game engine and editor. Every object you can add onto a scene has a class, and that class has an API you can manipulate through code. The editor is a special Unity tool that runs your Unity game, optimized for the Unity engine. Unity uses less resources and PC power than other competitors such as Unreal Engine. Unity is so popular that there are currently over 750,000 games and hundreds of thousands more on the way. Main issues that occur whilst using this engine. Common problems with Unity include script errors, memory leaks, crashes, and performance issues. These can be caused by improper asset management, inefficient coding, or debugging challenges. What are script errors? Script errors occur when a client-side script that violates the same origin policy of the user's browser by making an invalid cross-origin HTTP request. So basically, if you mess up where you're sending the link to, it's going to have a script error. Memory leaks typically happen because of one of two issues. An object is not released manually from memory through the code, or an object stays in memory because of an unintentional reference. And lastly, we have asset loading, which is Unity mostly loads assets when they are used in the editor, and assets are only unloaded every once in a while. When an asset garbage collection is running, this means that running an operation for the first time is slower than when you repeat it. What skills do I need to get the most out of Unity Editor? The skills and techniques required for Unity developers is C# programming. The code format that scripts and functionality will be written in is C#. Unity Editor, used for moving entities and undoing errors. Basic physics and mathematics. This is necessary to know how to code properly and efficiently, as a lot of the script will have random physics. Gameplay mechanics. To understand what functions you want and how you want them to work, knowing gameplay mechanics like ragdolling and destructible entities is useful for a wider range of audiences. User interface, which is the UI design. You need your UI to not be overwhelming, so your users and players don't feel like there's too much to offer and taking up space on the screen. Networking is like where the server is located, so for your game to work and have online services, you must know how to utilize your network. And virtual reality being the last one. Since Unity has a built-in integration for VR, it is useful to know how to use it properly, as this is a big margin to tap into in its current state. How to fix the most common issues and how to elevate the stress on your PC to stop it from crashing on lower tier PCs. A stable internet connection isn't required, but using Unity via Ethernet over Wi-Fi has a substantial change in speeds. For example, uploading, downloading, and software updates will be way quicker. Your PC needs to meet the needed requirements to run Unity smoothly. It needs at least 16 gigabytes of RAM and 4 cores minimum in your CPU. Additionally, you will have to install Visual Studio with C++ tools, as Unity uses this to code all functions. There's no requirement on graphics card or anything else, so it's pretty cheap. To be able to use Unity with ease and have no issues is going to be quite rare, as there are plenty of bugs and update files that can be corrupt due to hardware and which version. So you gotta take note of what you're installing.
Today I'll be talking about the technology and the metaverse. The metaverse is a world created by your own imagination and can be used for live streaming esports games. In the case of Facebook Metaverse, it is owned by founder and CEO Mark Zuckerberg. The metaverse is a matter of physical and virtual space accessed through computers and the internet itself. There are many different types of reality, with there being augmented reality, virtual reality, and lastly, mixed reality. All of those tie into the metaverse. The promise of metaverse is to create a dynamic digital ecosystem that works in tandem with the real world. Discuss and identify the main tasks that the technology is used for. The main task of the metaverse is to create an immersive and interconnected digital environment where users can engage in a wide range of activities, including socializing, working, gaming, shopping, and learning. Its goal is to blur the lines between the physical and digital worlds, offering a new way to interact with both virtual and real environments. The initial idea of the metaverse was made to be able to communicate to others from further distances and designed to be more engaging and iterative talks about whatever workload they could be working on. Discuss and identify the main problems that may occur while using the technology. The main problems of the metaverse would be its availability to the public. The cost of accessing the metaverse can vary widely depending on the hardware, software, and platforms you use, as well as how deeply you engage with the virtual world. One major concern is the potential of griefing, where users could intentionally disrupt or destroy others' creations, such as art pieces or virtual worlds painstakingly built by individuals. This kind of digital vandalism could cause emotional distress and discourage participation. Additionally, more serious concerns involve safeguarding against fraud, identity theft, harassment, and exploitation, which could be more pervasive in a metaverse where personal avatars and digital assets are central. Discuss and identify the main digital skills that are needed. To thrive in the metaverse, users and developers need a range of digital skills that encompass technical, creative, and interpersonal capabilities. Basic to advanced knowledge of how to use hardware like VR headsets, AR glasses, motion controllers, or haptic devices is required to engage fully in the metaverse. Knowing how to navigate different metaverse platforms, VR, AR, and 3D environments is essential. Users will need to become familiar with virtual interfaces and interacting with digital objects. Finally, I have discussed and identified the main problems that could occur within the metaverse. The metaverse could lead to the collection of even more personal data, such as biometric information, facial expressions, voice data, and more. Location tracking. This expands the risk of data breach and misuse by companies or malicious actors. Users may not be fully aware of how much data they are sharing or may not have the ability to control it. This could lead to issues around consent, with people unknowingly giving access to highly sensitive data. The more immersive the metaverse becomes, the more avenues there will be for hackers to exploit. Users could be at risk of identity theft, financial theft, or even the manipulation of virtual environments by bad actors. Like current digital platforms, the metaverse may become a fertile ground for cyber criminals developing malware or sophisticated phishing scams to exploit unsuspecting users.
Conclusion. In this conclusion, we have come to understand that our chosen software, Unity, is great for the world of esports. It has plenty of features for new and veterans alike to get their project underway. It isn't a high-demanding application either, so most computer users will have little to no issues launching and running the software.
Whereas our chosen technology, Metaverse, has the potential to create and explore 3D spaces that are unavailable without using the metaverse. In the metaverse, and the world of esports has the power to bring the live match or replay to your home or wherever you are without having to be there physically.